Welcome, welcome, everybody. It is the Sunday night one team Zoom call. Zoom. Hope everyone's doing well. Good to see all of your lovely faces. This is JoJo Bennington. Just hollering shout outs. Las Vegas. Good to see you guys from all across the country and the world, maybe even. So before we get started, to end off and kick off our week all at the same time, would love to take a couple of really quick gratitudes. So like 20 seconds. Who's got like a short little gratitude they could throw out there? Win, celebration, something. Anybody? Nobody? Vinny.
I have one.
I am grateful for residual income because without it, I would have to go to work tomorrow morning after moving all weekend, and I am very sore. So thank you, residual income.
That's a good one. Hey, Miss Laura, go for it.
I'm grateful that I get to come someday and like cook in your rockin' new kitchen. So amazing. It's so cool. I want it. Okay, but I'm grateful that I enrolled 3 people in the last 2 days. Woohoo! So yes, I'm very excited. I'm hoping for one more tonight. I'm not sure if it's going to happen.
Nice. That's an awesome gratitude. Good for you. Way to go. Everybody, high fives for Laura. Woo!
Cool. I've got a real quick one.
Okay.
I re-engaged somebody by being nice and bringing them a chocolate mocha. And then one of my new enrollees, she said, and I know I'm not supposed to do this, but she took her picture. She's like, I feel like myself again, and I look amazing. So thank you. And I was like, I didn't do it, you did. So that's
so good. Thank you for sharing. That's an awesome celebration. Well, I'm not going to take too much time because I just wanted to say hi to everybody and take some gratitudes and get everybody feeling good about what we're doing here. And I'm going to hand off the reins to Mr. Dunsky.
Hey, JoJo, thank you. Welcome, everybody. So good to be here. Love the one team effect. One team's in effect. Welcome all those of you that are new. My name is Joshua Dunsky, and we're going to be talking about some simple basics tonight. Before we get started, Miss Jody Marie is going to share her 30-second story with us. How are you, Jody?
I'm right here. Can you see me? All right. I had to unmute myself. So thank you. And thank you to the leaders for combining this one team call. I think it's fantastic. But would it be okay if I shared my story? I'll assume that's an okay. So before Isogenics, I was completely depleted, physically and emotionally drained, uncomfortable in my own skin, in complete adrenal fatigue, and feeling very, very alone despite having a wonderful husband and a gorgeous little girl. I was introduced to Isogenics by someone I went to high school with. I happened to see his post on Facebook, A Transformation, and I knew I needed some of what he had, and he introduced me to his lovely wife. So thank you, Jane Eliza Hale. I knew I needed that. So I've been on the products now for a little over 8 months. And as a result, I am no longer surviving. I am now thriving and actually enjoying life. I have energy, increased muscle, decreased fat, and a healthy relationship with food for the first time in my life. I also have a secondary stream of income that is helping my family financially, and is definitely going to help me retire my husband in a few years. I now feel that I've been given a gift, and I believe that I am obligated to share this gift with others, to help them feel better, to help them get fit, and to help them find financial freedom if they so desire it.
That was awesome, Jody.
Thank you.
Boom. Everybody's got to have the 30-second story in their pocket, ready at any time. It's a part of the conversation when you're talking to people, so they know why you're committed and why you're here. And you can have several different 30-second stories. Jody, that was awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome to those of you that just got on the call. This is our weekly call. This is a business call, so we're not talking about ingredients. We're not talking about cleansing. This is all about the business on these calls Sunday nights. Is Katya, did you make it home yet? I know you were 5 minutes out.
I am home.
Awesome. So in just a second, Katya is going to share with you one of the most important parts of this business when you're talking to a new person. Why is this so simple? Why is this so duplicatable? Because we have simple terminology that explains what we do. And Katya, I'm going to let you take that away and show us how it can be that the new person who rolled in on Monday can actually share this with people right after he or she enrolls.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on, Josh. So we have the very basics of our compensation plan. It's just you share, they share, repeat. That's the very basic concept. So think about it like if you hear about a great movie or a new restaurant that opens up, you would want to share that with your friends. You don't go and watch the movie by yourself and then go back later after you determine whether you liked it or not. So I always tell my people, by my new enrollments, like, who do you know? Who would want to do this with you? Who can we share this with right away? It's so much more fun if you have, you know, someone at work so you can cleanse with them on the same day, or a family member that can join you on that journey. When your new person shares with a couple of people that they know, which really is awesome because they're already then recognized as a manager in our company. So they're in the first step of the compensation plan. And Isogenics will reward them with $50 for becoming what we call consultant. So just for sharing the benefits, just for sharing how they might feel a few days in, or even before they have their product. Some people start sharing before the product even arrives because they're so excited. And Isogenics will say, thank you so much. Here's $50 on a debit card. Use it as you please. And then, of course, we encourage and will coach our new enrollments and their enrollments to just repeat this. Who do you know? Reach out to the next level. They have our support as a team, which I love that so much, that I can reach down and then do a new enrollment and say, let me help you help your people. And that process, once it's repeated, so when you have a couple of friends that join and they find their couple of people, everybody knows two people that eat, that take energy drinks, that use protein after their workout. They drink coffee that's not the healthiest, and we have a healthy option. We have so many ways that they can be introduced to the product, and everybody knows two people. So that they share part bumps up the first person to what we call the manager position already. And they're being rewarded again by Isogenics for just helping their couple of friends with $100 each. So Isogenics will pay them $100 per person that they help find their two people. It's so much easier to see this drawn out, and I'm sorry I was just rushing home. I would have had a piece of paper out and show this on paper, but I hope you guys get the idea. It's really just sharing the benefits, sharing how we feel a few days on into the product, and encourage our people to do the same. That's the you share, they share, and we just repeat that process over and over, and really that is the basics of the compensation plan. It's so simple. It's no rocket science. It's just sharing what we love anyway and just loving on people and making sure that they get the best nutrition in their body.
I love it. Katya, that was beautiful. You didn't need a piece of paper. That was awesome.
Well, you know, I have this all planned out in my head, and then things don't work out that way, right?
So great. So great. And that's what we do. We, you know, you share, they share, and repeat. I mean, that's our compensation plan. I used to go to work to make this so complicated, and that's really what it comes down to. So, Katya, thank you so much. And I'm glad you didn't get a speeding ticket driving home for this.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So let's get into the meat of this right now. Let's talk about growing our business. We all want to grow our business. We're all given the same set of tools. Welcome on the call. If everybody can mute themselves when they're jumping on, that'd be great. How do we grow a business? Let's keep this so simple. And I'm the king of making things complicated. So it makes so much sense that when we bring it back to basics, when you listen to the people that are doing the do, you know, I love listening to those people because they're in the trenches. That's why Jim and Kathy Coover are so great. They're in the trenches doing the work with us. Keeping it simple is why we can duplicate. So we have to have a simple, duplicatable, proven system. And so That's what I want my business to look like. That's what I'm sure you want your business, and that's what Isagenix is. It's a simple, duplicatable, proven system. So if you're taking notes, write that down. Simple, duplicatable, proven. We don't have to go to work to make this any more difficult. So we have to start our people off right. And I've taken notes from a couple of people I've been listening to this week, especially from Angela Maresca. Lisa and I have been working a lot with Angela over the past year. She just did a presentation with Donovan. Awesome. And it was for the Blitz. I think it was for the Blitz. No, it wasn't for the Blitz. It was on Isagenix Business. And we want to reiterate that because it is so profound. And again, let's light up our business from tonight on. If your business isn't where you want it, we can start the clock an hour after this call or right after this call ends. So going back.
Can I jump in and just give info on that real quick?
Yep.
What Josh is talking about is the step up to success calls. And Donovan did one the other night with Angela to step up to 1 star. And they did another one the other night, step up to 2 star. If anybody is going for that 2 star, please go to stepupto2star.com and register. If you don't register, you cannot win the trip. If you know what I'm talking about and you're working towards that trip, make sure you go to stepupto2star.com and register to get in there. Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah, that would not be good if you didn't register and you could have won. So get register. So 6 years ago, Lisa and I didn't start this business for the business. We started this for the science. We brought it into the clinic for the science because we were heavily into nutrition and our program. We brought it in for our patients. And since then, that science gave me and us unshakable belief in these products, unshakable belief in the science, even before the business or the company came into our world. So we saw the business start to form before our eyes as we were getting people healthy with the products. That was our journey. We didn't know all the details of the business, but we dove in and we learned it. When we started to see that we were bringing in revenue from this, I'll call it a beast because that's what it is, this system of a beast, which is incredible. It's changed our lives in every way, shape, and form. We dove in and we earned as we learned. We don't have to go to school for 4 years and train for Isagenix before we get paid. We can get paid on day 1. So we didn't know how to do this, but we dove in and we learned. What we did was we followed these tracks that were laid down for us, laid down by the people who were doing it, laid down from the people that are on stage training, that are making the money, that have all these stars after their names. Those stars identify crystal executives that they've formed in their business. So they're growing leaders. That's what I want to do. I want to grow leaders. So when you enroll your new associate, it's up to us to show them that ACMDE, associate to consultant, manager, director, executive. Let's get them to executive. That's where the executive status brings along the life-changing revenue, sets up the foundation, I'll just say, for that life-changing revenue with the work. The work has to be there. But let's show them how to go from associate to consultant, manager, director, to executive. There's a bunch of videos out there. Lynn Hagedorn has an awesome video. You know who the tools are. Dive in and grab them. If you're new, ask your sponsor where they are. If your sponsor doesn't know, grab someone upline, downline, sideline, doesn't matter. Someone will help you. Our job to grow our business is to move our belief needle to a 10 in every category. It's hard to explain something that you're not 100% on or you don't 100% believe. Now, if you are, we all know the rating system, 1 out of 10. We want to rate the company, rate the comp plan on what your belief is. If you're unshakable and have bulletproof belief, you're a 10. If you're not that sure, you're a 3, you're a 5, you're a 7, you're a 1. Doesn't matter. Those numbers are great because it gives us a roadmap as to where we need to look at and how we need to grow ourselves. But our job is to move that belief needle to a 10. And so in the 5 categories, the company, the comp plan, the products, network marketing, and ourself, we want to rate ourselves. So this is an exercise. If you haven't done it, do it. And if you've done it, do it again. We do this all the time, and it really helps us zone in on where we need to learn. So if we're not that strong with the company, how do we do that? Get to events. Understand who the Cougars are. Understand how corporate works. Understand the company's vision, right? That all builds up the belief. In the compensation plan, what number are you? What's your financial experience? Are you cycling once a week? Phenomenal. Once a week? That's incredible. Your products, your maintenance is paid for. You can be on the products for free if you're cycling once a week. That's $54 a week. That is incredible. So celebrate, but also know how to get that belief needle to move. So that's number one. Check your belief needle and let's get it to move. If you're not sure, again, reach out to people who you're working with. Reach out to a mentor, a trainer, someone who can help you. Don't just sit there with a belief needle in yourself at a 3 and think your business is going to grow. It's not going to grow. Okay, so that's a great gauge for us. The next part about this is we want to always think about our prospect. Let's think about our prospect. Number one, what is their need? What does our prospect need? And then what is our solution for that need? We heard from Michael Klaus at Celebration, presenting your gift, presenting a solution before we know what the need is, backwards. It doesn't work, right? Because we can address those needs, but we have to know what the need is, and then we find the solution. So it's really having this conversation. And that is really where this starts. So let's talk about that conversation. The conversation is such that I have to build a bridge of trust before someone is probably going to say yes to me or yes to this experience. People buy us, they don't buy Isagenix. There's several people who have said that, and it's very, very true. They buy the bond. So let's talk about that. What's our goal? Our goal is, number one, have the end in mind. What's the end in mind? We want our prospect to have an incredible life. We want to have them an amazing experience. We want them to have a great product experience. If they're coming in for the products, we need to show them a great product experience. And here's the deal. Some of you have had challenges. A lot of people do. It's completely normal. Everybody's body's different. We've been through different experiences. Yes, most people, day 3, day 5, day 4, great. Some people go through some detox because they just have a lot of changes in their body they need to get to. And that's okay. And some people have had struggles, even more struggles than that. And that's great. Everybody has struggles or challenges. But you get back on the program, do the cleanse again. If you haven't been cleansing, cleanse again. Go through the system and see how that feels again. A good coach falls down 9 times and gets back up 10. It's okay to fall. We talk about falling forward. People get so disgruntled, they think, well, I failed at this, or that call was awful, or I sucked there. No. Every time we do something, it makes us better and better and better. But we really want to make sure that our clients, our prospects, have the best product experience ever. So what do? When you get your box, Joe, call me, okay? You're going to walk the box. You go through the box with them. Hold their hand, right? This is when our relationship begins, when they get their products, not just enroll them and see you later. That's many other companies out there. We want to walk the box with them, walk them through their shake days. This is what your shake day is going to look like, Joe. So exciting. Make snack recommendation, make food recommendations. And I love this part. It's not about deprivation. It's about simple, healthy modification. Angela says it all the time. It's not about deprivation. It's about simple, healthy modification. This is a lifestyle change. This is not a diet. It's a lifestyle change. Tell your customer, Joe, I'm going to call you in 5 days. We're going to do a 5-day check-in. You call your client, you call your prospect, and offer great support, okay? On day 5, I hope you guys are writing this down. On day 5, you want to walk them through the cleanse day. And again, these are suggestions, right? If you have another way that's simple and duplicatable, but this is what we think the masses are doing. This is what the people who are growing their businesses very quickly are doing. Walk them through the cleanse day. Show them what that looks like. And number 2, on day 5, introduce them to another coach on the team. So you bring your buddy, Linda on the call. Say, Joe, this is Linda. I want to introduce you to her. She's a phenomenal coach. She's my partner. It shows more of a community. So on day 5, we walk them through the cleanse day because they haven't cleansed yet. They've been doing shake days. And then we introduce them to another cleanse coach or my partner, their partner, okay? Tell your customer, Joe, if by day 8, right, Joe, day 8, you have wonderful results. Are you open to posting on Facebook? Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, Joe. You're going to hit your goals. You're going to feel amazing. You're going to have all this energy, right? People are going to start to notice. And when they ask you what you're doing, right, what are you going to say? This is what you're going to say. You're going to tell them that you can help them. And how you help them is up to you. But I can help you in that process, Joe, because I can help you get your product paid for. This company pays handsome referrals for a recommendation. And you can make a little bit of money or you can make a lot of money. That's up to you. Or if you're not into that, because some people have clearly said, I don't want the business, it's not for me, I just want the products. Totally fine, Joe. I'd be happy to take those referrals for you, right? And once they figure out that even when they send you a referral, there's money involved, most of the time they're going to want that. So that's where the referral is going to start to happen organically. So that's a great conversation with everybody. A, I can help you get your products paid for. You have a couple referrals. Everybody knows some people who wants better sleep, better energy. Or two, I'm happy to take those referrals. I know this business isn't for you. Send me those referrals and I'll help your friends out. Are you open to that? I love that phrase. Are you open to that? Very good. So day 8, they're feeling great, feeling amazing. When people feel amazing, that's when we act. That's why we're doing this before day 8. Act when the energy is high, not in day 30, right? They still feel good, but day 8, you know that day. Where was it for you? Day 4, day 3, day 8, right? Usually after that cleanse day or during the cleanse day. So on day 8, I call up Joe. Hey, Joe, let's give it a simple post now. Let's do this. And you help Joe. There's a lot of scripts in the file cabinet on our page and the file cabinet on your page. You can find these scripts. Hey, after watching my friend Lisa, I decided to give it a go. And just after my first week, I feel blah, 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 whatever his testimonial is. Simple posts, and you'll get traction on that, very likely. Even the people that don't like or comment, they're watching you. You guys all know these stories. We have people on this call that watched for 2 years, never liked or commented, right? Abby O'Neill watched for a year, never commented on her friend. Boom. Okay, what is this? So post and stay consecutive, stay consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. Consistent with those posts. But that's a way to get your new person. He just she threw up a post and boom. Now, what else happened was your entire network just opened up to all your friends. All your friends and their friends. The person who posted, their friends on Facebook. So the way the algorithm works is as people comment and you're opened up into the bigger world, in the bigger world, you have all of these people that don't even know you and don't even know this person who posted that are seeing this post, right? So their friends on Facebook, Instagram, 700 friends can turn into 1,000 immediately just by seeing your posts. So when people say I'm out of my list, I don't believe that. We're going to talk about contacts and way to build your list, but you essentially could never run out of contacts with all of the social media, etc. Get to know people, ask for referrals. Okay. Moving on, write down list. This is another most important thing for people. Make your list. Isogenicsbusiness.com. For those of you that don't use it, for those of you that are new on here, go to isogenicsbusiness.com. There's a memory jogger. Print it out. We have 500 of them. I have them in my notebooks. Print it out and put your names down. Don't keep those names in your brain. It doesn't work. It does not work. You're not going to be able to remember everybody, and you're not going to be able to remember follow-up. So put your names on that list. Use an Excel spreadsheet, right? Angela talks about column A, B, and C. Column A, she has leads, people who are not enrolled. Column B, she has follow-ups, people you've spoken to that you need to follow up with. In column C, enrolled people. And our job, I told you this is simple, right? Our job is to move people from column A to column B to column C. And I've seen some of your spreadsheets, and there's 17 columns with where they met, what the weather was like, and who they talked to at that time. And if you can keep track of that, that's awesome. It has to be simple for me. So if you work out of simplicity, then I suggest that keep it very simple. Move people from column A to B to C, done. And now we support them. The support is key in how we talk to them. Also, use that memory jogger, get your list going with isomovie.com. Watch every video. Those videos are 4 minutes long. Jot down their names. Jot down people's names as they come to you while you're watching a certain video. Oh my gosh, Jessica popped into my mind. Bill just popped into my mind. He's looking for another job. It's going to happen. And not just Bill. Wait a second. Bill has a dog walker, and she's always looking to pick up some work, right? Write her name down. Go through your cell phone list. There's 300 numbers, 400, 500 numbers in your cell phone. Facebook friends, you can print out your Facebook list. Do you know what that is? It's in the back, under at the bottom of the friends list.
No, it's in your my info, my account.
So if you go into your account, my account, there's a way to print out
We'll do a screen share at the end. I'll show everyone.
Lisa will post it later. So that's important. Print out those names. Those are all people for your list. You can't run out of names. It doesn't happen. I'm going to get you some more names in a second as we go on here. So another category here is keeping this business simple. So let me backtrack because I talk fast. We want to where'd we go from one? No, I didn't do that. I did. Okay, so you're going to check in with your new client. You're going to walk them through the box. You're going to talk to them on day 5. You're going to tell them about the cleanse day. You're going to introduce them to another coach, right? You're going to make your list. What's the next thing here? Message or call. So here's the appropriate part. After you make your list, what do you do with it? It does nothing to let it sit there. Your list in your computer, on an Excel sheet, or on the memory jogger does nothing if we don't lose it, if we don't use it. And people often tell you, people have lists, but they don't call people. They don't message people. Listen, this is a business. If you want this, we have to get over our fears. Everybody has fears, and fears show up in different ways. It is scary to sometimes call people if you're not used to it. But you know what's going to bring you out of that place and into a comfortable place is the place of discomfort. We have to get uncomfortable first. Get over your fears. Message and text them. I promise you, the more you do it, it becomes fun. It becomes comfortable. Everybody's been through that. Everybody's been in the same place where it was very uncomfortable to do this. But there's no bypass. There's no shortcut. You have to do this in order to get comfortable. So your posture changes, your tone changes, your passion, your energy. So doing nothing with that list doesn't serve you. And after you message them, my advice is always get them on the phone. And you know, it's nice. You know, we think that the millennials live in this text and PM generation, which they do, and we do now, obviously. But more and more of them are realizing they have to get on the phone. Yes, some of us have enrolled some people through text. It's not typical. I think there's a big element of missing a 3-dimensional conversation. They should see you. Do it on a Zoom call. Do it in person. On the phone is also good too. They've got to hear your voice. They've got to hear your energy. That's half the battle. A lot of people will tell you they enrolled because the passion, the energy of the person telling them this story, right? That was me when I talked to Dave MacArthur. I still don't really remember the details of the conversation. I was in. He had my soc and he had my credit card. The first phone call with him. Yes, it took me 8 phone calls for Jamie Antoine for me to call him back. Okay, he's the Cairo that sent me, friend of mine who sent me a bottle of Product B. But once I called him back, he couldn't explain to me what Product B was. And that's fine because you don't have to have all the information. He asked me if I'd be open to talking to Dave. And I said, yes. Boom. So understand that we got to get on the phone. We got to chat with people. Have that 30-second story in your pocket because it's important those people know where you're coming from. Why are you doing this? Why are you here? When you tell me why you're here, that's building a bond, right? So that 30 seconds that Jody did was awesome. And have a money story, have a product story. Maybe, you have 3 or 4 or 5 different 30-second stories, but really take that to a 30-second point. And there's a reason the company says 30 seconds. It's not just because they picked this arbitrary number. When you start going over 30 seconds, you lose people. And even if you think it's great, we all think our stories are great. Trust me, watch their eyes, you start to lose them. People want to talk. They want to tell you about themselves. They don't care about you in that sense. They want the quick reason why Josh is doing this, and then I want to let them talk. I need to let them talk. So we're not trying to get them. We're staying interested. Spend time in that conversation, getting to know them, understanding their why, asking those deep-seated questions. What's your goal? Well, why do you want to lose that weight? Why is that important to you? Why do you want to be home more? What does that look like? Why do you want to be traveling and not in corporate America? What is that doing to you right now? Or what do you think it's going to do if you don't have to go there? Questions. It's the key to what we do. Understand this also. Timing is everything. That these people have to be open. And if someone's not open or their timing's not right, you don't have to get anyone. Our job is to share. Our job is to share with them what we truly, honestly, with every bone in our body, believe can change their life. Because I know that, and no one can take that away from me. Okay? My job is to share that and not necessarily get a yes, believe it or not. Yes, we'd like them to enroll, but what if it's not right for them? What if the time in their life is not right now for Isogenics? I don't have that answer. Maybe someone up there does. Maybe someone else does. My job is to expose them and let them tell me if the timing's right. I know it can help them, but the timing might not be right. People don't buy Isagenix, they buy you, they buy me. So let's move on here. Everybody know a gentleman named Bill Britt. Bill Britt is a legend in network marketing. He was with another big company. He's deceased now, but he said this: I simply showed the plan to 900 people. 900 people. 300 of those people said yes. Only 30 of the 300 actually did anything. And only two out of the 30, out of the 300, out of the 900 made me the millionaire I am today, obviously before he passed away. Do you understand what those numbers mean? Number one, it means the people who talk to the most people, right? And how, it's not just talking. You've got to believe. This isn't, a slick thing to jump into and candy coat things. No, honesty, integrity, but having a real integrative conversation with as many people as you can is where these numbers hit home. And you hear the numbers, Susan Sly, you hear Bennett up on stage, you hear Tracy O'Malley when you look at her numbers and whatnot. It's talking to the most people gets people to where, they start to see that this is, oh my gosh, where's this thing been all my life, right? It's not convincing all those people about anything. It means naturally out of the people that use the products, you're going to grow business builders, even if they didn't start that way. So the more you talk to people, the quicker the fear goes away. We must go through this process. And we all know every master was once a disaster. T. Harv Eker has said it many times, and some other gurus in money and network marketing also. Question: has anybody heard this? I live in a small town. I don't know any people. I don't get out that much. How do I meet people? How do I grow my list? Rotary clubs, join the gym, go to yoga class, fitness groups, meetup clubs, Facebook, Instagram, social media, LinkedIn. Social media has endless rooms and groups you can be a part of. Even if you don't love to bowl, join a bowling league, right? A bowling club. Join, a music club and chit chat in there. The more you talk to people, it's not like you're going in there and you're going to grab people right away. It's building relationships. Isagenix might not come up the first or second conversation, right? Just have a natural conversation. Go to meetup groups. Talk with your hairdresser, your waitress, your waiter at a church, temple, your massage therapist, chiropractor, book club, wherever you go. But you can be intentional about this. And I love that, Tony Robbins really hit me on a number of accounts, a number of levels. And one thing that I took away was get clear and focus on what you want. And the noise will go away. The noise will be there, appreciate it, but you can actually have missile lock on what you want because you're clear. And the more clear you are, I think it makes this whole process a lot more more simple and fun, right? And I'm not messing around anymore. I'm clear and focused about this. We have an obligation to tell everybody about the business, right? We're not convincing. Let them say no if they want. It's not the right time. We got to share with them that they can actually earn some dollars doing this. How about this other question? I have someone and they are really not interested in the business. I've tried, I've got them on calls, I've showed them links. They're just not interested. What do I do? Has anybody, by a show of hands, has anybody had this happen? Right? You've gone through the work, you've set up multiple calls, exposures, you did your job the right way, you did it great, right? And they're not interested. Well, guess what? Maybe it's just not for them. That's okay. Maybe it's just not the right time for them. There's these trainings. JoJo did this phenomenal training one time at the office, and we were handing out gum. And she went around and she's like, "Do you want some gum? No. Do you want some gum? No. Do you want some gum? Yes, I'll have some gum. Do you want some gum?" We're looking for people who want to take the gum. We're looking for people whose name is Joe. We're not looking for people who don't want this. So guess what? It's okay to say, "Great, I appreciate your time. Is it okay with you if I check back in with you in 6 months?" People are they're banging on the door. They're calling, sending. No, we've got to be able to read energy and move accordingly. You don't want to be the person that people run away from. That's never what this is. It doesn't have to be. You never want to be the parent on the other side of the bus stop where all the parents are on the other side of the street. You don't want that. If you feel that's what's happening, get some training because it doesn't have to be like that. We want people to come to us. We want people to say, "Wow, I didn't know this." And yeah, I'm open. And if someone says they're not open, totally fine. It's totally fine. Maresca says, if you don't get offended, you'll always leave them open-ended. I love that quote. If you don't get offended, because there's no reason you should be offended, you'll always leave them open-ended. And the door is always open. Never burn a bridge. Okay? Has anybody heard, by a show of hands, has anybody heard it's too expensive? That's a lot of money. It's way too expensive, right? Okay. Great. It comes up a lot. Joe, how serious are you about changing your health? On a scale of 1 to 10, what did you rate yourself again? I'm an 8. Awesome. So you're pretty serious about this. Yeah, I want to change my health, but it's just too expensive. Awesome. All right. So when we talked about that value pack, that $20 a day pack, Joe, is that a stretch for you, or do you just not have the money? You know, I want to understand this because I want to help you. If Joe says it's a stretch, right, that means he has the money. It's just being spent in other places. Go back and show them the value of what this really is. Sometimes I don't do a good job explaining. You know, sometimes I got so excited, I overzealous and I talked too much. Sometimes maybe I did it well, but maybe he didn't pick up anything, all of the clues of the value. It's okay. Go back and look at the value of this system. Go through that cake recipe again. That's exactly what I do. I start over again. Joe, let's talk about your goals again. Tell me again. Let me know, why are you doing this? Why did you say yes to this? You know, why do you want to cut back from 3 jobs? Why do you want to, lose the 20 pounds, to fit in those jeans? Because you want to, you know what I'm saying. I won't elaborate, but go through the value again and get to their whys again. Now, if they tell you that they don't have the money, okay, maybe the value pack at $20 a day is just too much right now, Joe. No problem, right? Joe, how far away are you from that $20 a day? Let me help you. How far, where are you at? What can you spend? And here's the deal. And I love this question. I use it all the time because if Joe is being sincere, he'll say, I can spend $15 a day. I can spend $16 a day. I can spend $6 a day. Whatever number he gives you is awesome. But if he says, I don't know, something's not right. He doesn't see the value. It's my job to redirect that conversation back into the value of the conversation. Go back and visit. What do you spend on breakfast, Joe? What are you spending on lunch? Tell me, Joe, when you buy coffee and snacks, what are you spending there also? Come up with that number. If there's a disconnect, if I don't know if he's spending $27 a day and he can't spend 20, then maybe I missed something. Joe, tell me, I might have missed something. I apologize, but it seems to me you were spending between $27 and $30 a day. This program's $20 a day, right? So you go back into that conversation. And then I just said, Joe, if he says, I just can't swing the $20 a day, Joe, no problem. Are you more comfortable investing $13 a day or $10 a day into your health? Because I can build you a program that'll address those financial aspects or address your financial needs right now. Let's work this into your budget, right? Is that not true? Of course it's true. If he says I can only do $6 a day or $7 a day, awesome. Get him on a shake and cleanse pack. Get him on 4 cans of shake. It doesn't matter. Let's get him started. Let's show him how to earn some money by referrals, and let's get him on an appropriate pack when he's ready, when he's got the money. But so many people walk away. Yes, do I believe in the value pack is the best program? No question. 99% of what we do, most of what we do are the value packs. Great. But it doesn't mean this person is going to fit into my value pack. I have to listen to him and not my agenda. Yes, I know it's got the highest retention rate. Yes, I know it's going to get them to the goals the quickest. But if Joe can't do it, see, the art here, and this is what takes time, when people have a money objection, and some of you are going to be shocked when I say this, most of the time it's not money. It has nothing to do with money. They don't see the value. Maybe I didn't present that well enough. Most of the time when you revisit the conversation, I show the value again. Oh, $20 a day. It's only for a month. I've tried 7 other programs. They haven't worked. This makes sense. And I get my money back if it doesn't work or I don't like it. All right. Have those conversations. All right. Joe, I want you to know, I'm going to work with you to get that referral bonus we talked about. Quite frankly, a lot of people in the same situation you're in have gotten their program for free because they've made a couple of referrals. How awesome is that? Let me show you what that looks like. Are you open to that? Yes. By a show of hands, next, how many of you have ever felt stuck, right? Maybe you feel stuck right now. I felt stuck many times. How many of you have wanted to throw in the towel, right? This is the most amazing profession, amazing business. It is not perfect. It's probably the closest to perfection there is, But we've all had these days where we question ourselves. We question, what am I doing? You know, my friends are all pointing their fingers at me. My parents think I'm an idiot for doing this. Did I make a mistake? We all have had those. My team isn't growing. I had 4, now they're gone. Then I had 7, now they're all gone. This isn't for me, right? Ever want to throw in that towel? You know, what if this was you? My business, it's just not clicking and I don't know what to do. So if you felt like this, I want you to know you're not alone. It happens to everybody, and tell your new associate they're going to have these days. If you don't, when they have these days, they stop showing up on calls. They stop returning your phone calls. They're gone. Network marketing didn't work for them. And that's the report and the story they built. And that's what they're spreading out there, that network marketing doesn't work. Isogenics doesn't work. No, it takes time to build. And my job as a coach, the reason they pay these handsome PIBs and referral bonuses and residual income like you can't make anywhere else is because it's my job to give this person a phenomenal experience and teach them what I know. If I don't do that, shame on me. I need to step back and relearn some things if I'm not doing that. So, Joe, in the beginning, right? I know your business isn't where you want it to be, but listen, man, everybody goes through this. When we were talking in the beginning, you told me your goal was to never miss your kids' recitals, soccer games anymore, miss their birthdays. I mean, that pain, I feel that pain. You were traveling a lot. I get it. I see something in you, my friend. I believe in you. This business will get you where you want to go. You got this. You got to stay in the game. Trust me on this. Some people takes 3 months and they blow up their business. And guess what? Some people take 30 months. It doesn't matter. Timing's everything. And how you put your feet, how you show up is everything. You got this, man. No matter what, do not quit. See those points? Let's look at your points. Oh my gosh, you have 100,000 points. That's money they want to give you. And let me show you how to tweak the button here. Let's go through this again so we can open up that second account so we start changing those points into dollars. You got paid, my friend. You just didn't get paid yet. That money is in the bank waiting for you. Do not quit. Where do you think, Joe, you're the strongest? Let's look at what you're good at, and let's leverage that, because people need those skills. Just like we need skills from other people where I'm not strong in. Let's plug in. I want to support you, and I'm going to do this with you, right? Are you going for no, my friend? We need 100 no's. You told me you only spoke to 3 people in the last 2 months because you're scared. I get it. I was scared too. Let me do this with you. You got to go for no. You got to get 100 no's before you get yeses. Everybody does. No one dropped into this in day 1 and blew up, right? Some people do it a lot quicker, but guess what? Their past has taught them some of these things that we have no clue about, because network marketing, we've never done this before. Right? You got to get 100 no's. I'll work with you. I will spend my personal time, my personal hours to help you become successful. Let's set up some home events. I'll come do them. Let's do a Blitz Day together. Let's do a Zoom Blitz Day. Let's get on the phone and call people. Joe, people overestimate what they're going to make in this business in the first year. They overestimate. They think they're going to make a lot more money than they do. In the compression we talked about, it takes time to manifest. That's why they pay us these PIBs up front. These bonuses. We got to let this manifest. And then people grossly underestimate what they're going to make years 2, 3, 4, and beyond. We see this over and over and over again. Do not compare yourself to other people. You got this, man. You got it. Do not give up. Let's give it. Give me a year. Give me a year to do this with you. All right? It takes 4 years to earn a college degree. You can't throw in the towel right now in less than a year. All right? I'm going to schedule my personal time. We're going to do this. So, Michael Klaus. You're either going to throw in the towel, or you're going to use that towel to wipe the sweat off your forehead and keep going. I will be there, Joe, for you in the end. Managing our frustrations is the #1 key to being successful here. And we're all going to do it. We're all going through the same thing. So I hope this was recorded. Yeah? Okay, good. I hope you took notes on this. This changed me inside when I heard this. And it's not like I didn't know this information, but again, hearing it from multiple people, multiple times, at different times, we're all open to information at different times of the week, different times of the month, different times of the year, and in our lifetime. And that's why going to events and really plugging in is so important. So I hope this was valuable for everybody. I hope this was something that you took away even one piece of information from, and let's apply it. Let's keep it simple, and let's do it. So, Jojo, that's all I have for this evening.
well, you touched on so many subjects. I know that. I'm glad that we got it recorded because we're definitely going to want to go back and listen. So
Awesome.
What was a big takeaway? Somebody give me a big takeaway from what they got. I was trying to type along with you, but you were talking faster than I could tell you.
Sorry,
George, I have one if that's cool, if I can chime in really quickly.
Please, Jody.
So I know that I've heard this before from Josh, from Lisa, from Angela Maresca, from a bunch of different people, but that 5-day check-in where you add a team member to do that 3-way to really kind of drive home that thought process of sharing. And also obviously the cleanse day and how they're doing. But that is a huge weak point for me, and it has to do with my own being uncomfortable. My belief needle is not quite at a 10 as much as I want it to be there, and I just need to get it there. So that day 5 call of walk them through the cleanse day, asking them about by day 8, are you willing to share on Facebook, whether you do referral or you start, getting paid for this? That is a huge thing for me that I have to just start forcing myself to do to really make this happen. So thank you.
Awesome. That day 5, you hit it, Jody, is so important to keep touching. Todd Falcone says every 3 days, touch your people, whether it's a text message, phone call, PM, a little emoji, hey, thinking of you, whatever it is, touch your people. But that day 5, checking in, having that conversation, that's been shown to be pinnacle. Hey, Aura.
Hey. I think it was so cool, the reminder you made, Josh, that PJ and I have been talking about this, that just talking too much and not asking questions, and the importance of that, because you're just getting so excited about what this has done in our lives and continues to do. But such a cool reminder just to turn it back, stick to that 30-second story. Jody's yours was awesome. And flip it back around, and how we're here to help them and really caking them, but not getting taken away with our story or what we know about the product or the science behind it or all of those things. So thanks for that reminder.
Awesome. Thank you. And guys, feel free to ask questions. All of us on here, this is our business call. This is where we grow. After we end the call, it's always people emailing questions. I guarantee you there's several other people that have these questions on here. It doesn't have to be about the material tonight. We meet once a week. And so if you're not sure about something, I promise you there's no, as simple as what's a cycle. I promise you people are brand new on this call that don't know what a cycle is, and that's okay. Our job is to help everybody grow their business. We help everybody. Everybody helps. It's a combined soup here that makes the soup so good. And so, any questions about the material? We're a little early, which is great, and but we do have time for some questions. So please jump in, and it can be for anybody. We have phenomenal leaders on here and people that are doing the do. So you can ask a question to anyone or a general question.
I have something. Excuse me. Hey. Thank you so much for all of that. So something that I heard recently, and I don't remember if it was at Celebration in one of the breakouts, but when we were talking about belief in the 5 categories, somebody expanded on belief in self. So believing in yourself, being a 10 out of 10, but believing in yourself in Isogenics, believing in yourself in network marketing, believing in yourself that you can do this within the company, within the industry. So I don't know if anybody else heard that same thing, but that really stuck with me because I was just working on myself, but working on my belief in myself actually in the company, in the industry of network marketing was an even bigger aha for me. So I thought I'd share that.
Awesome. Yes, very true. Very true.
I have something to say along those lines.
Sure, go ahead.
I love what Susan Sly says about that exact thing, about being 10 foot tall and bulletproof. That's what I keep telling. That's what I have on my vision board now, and it actually helps a lot. One takeaway that I got from you was, well, actually, I've been working on my questions. I have a question journal just because the more questions that, you practice, the more questions that you'll be able to adapt to the person that you're talking to. So I love that question that you brought up about how much are you able to how much are you able to spend on your health? $6 or $16? That way, that gets them thinking. That gets them thinking, well, yeah, I should spend that much or more on my health. So I wrote down, I was writing as fast as I could all the questions that you were trying to say. So I'll be going back over this.
Love it. Love it. Thank you, Lorraine. That's so poignant. And it's so true. I've actually had someone see, if people are being sincere, they're going to tell you. If people are scared and they don't understand the value, they're going to dance a little bit. And it's not to take offense to, it's to figure out that, wow, it's really not money. They just don't, I haven't presented this. So Lorraine, I've taken someone all the way down to $2.50 a day. They kept knowing me, I can't do it. Great. Can you spend $6? No, I don't have the money. Can you spend $2.50 a day because you told me you'd go to Starbucks and I know how much Starbucks lattes are. Can you spend $2.50 a day? And this person said, yes. I put them on product B. That's $2.50 a day right there. So they're going to continue to be evasive and then you're not going to get $1 out of them. And that's okay. Because if they're not ready, then you take them to the next conversation, the next exposure, the next tool, the next 3-way call with someone. But it's really, when I say call people out, I just want that honest, where they are, right? Because anybody can spend money if they have some currency coming into their world on what they find is important. So thank you so much for that. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
I can add to what
I'll say something.
you're talking about.
Yeah, jump.
I just did I think like a 4-way call or text message with some people and went through an exercise with one of the women, asking her what she spends on her breakfast, lunch, snacks, beverages. And I think she said pizza and Alfredo noodles and about 5 or 6 Mountain Dews a day. So needless to say, I didn't even get into, the what that part meant to me. But I asked her, how much do you think you're spending each day on those items so that we can find a pack that will suit your budget? And she got back to me and said $50 a week is what she spends on food. And so I said, wonderful. So would it be easier for you to spend $9 a day, $14 a day, or $20 a day on a program that will help you get to that healthier place that you want to be? And this is after we did the whole cake recipe. And, just giving her that choice, which is easier for you, she wrote right back and said $9 would be easier. And I said, wonderful. So how about we take that $9 a day, we'll put that into your budget and get you to that place that you need to be and get you closer to your goals than you are now versus the foods and drinks that you're eating now. So it was quite effective because I gave her a choice and I asked her what was easier. When you use the word easy in a sentence, people will immediately pay more attention.
Awesome. I love it. And guys, I'll post the notes in the file cabinet. I think I cut someone off right before Lisa came on. I apologize. Did someone have a comment? Question? Okay, sorry if I cut someone off. I guess I didn't.
Something real quick, Josh.
Yeah, who's this? Where are we?
This is Chad.
Hey, Chad, go right ahead, buddy.
Just the underlying theme, meeting people where they are. I think that's one thing that I had a challenge with earlier on because I wanted it so bad for other people. But meeting them where they are is essential. The energy is completely different. And sharing with them all the options that they have, but like you're saying, Josh, you're not pushing them, but letting them make their own decision. It makes for a lot better rapport, a lot better relationship, and a lot better flow. So I like that.
I love it. Thank you. Awesome, Chad. All right, everybody, we're getting down to the wire. I appreciate everybody moving this call. First of all, thank you. We have the Blitz call. A lot of you are involved with the Blitz. It starts at 9:30. Angela moved the call to accommodate us. So we moved up by 15 minutes, and we're going to stay here at 8:30 every Sunday night until the blitz is over, and then we'll go back to 8:45 Eastern Standard Time or 5:45 Pacific Standard Time. So anything else before we wrap things up? Jojo, you got anything?
I think that was all great, and it actually gave me some thought processes of where we can kind of go next week. So that's good.
Awesome. I will post the notes. I'll give everybody my notes. So for those of you that didn't get everything, because I do talk fast, it's all on there. And that's it. Thank you.
Or did you have something? Oh no, you're just waving, sending hearts. Okay. Love.
Before everybody, Sonia just asked if you could save the chat. If you look in the chat, there's a more button. If you click on it, it says save chat. You can go ahead and save the chat. Before we hit this up, if anybody wants to save that chat with all the notes, feel free to do so.
Awesome, guys. This is our team call, our combined team call now moving forward. It's super exciting. One team, baby. Let's do this. Sunday nights, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific. Every Sunday night, tune in. Let's dive in and change our businesses. Thank you all.
Thank you, Josh. Thanks everybody for your questions.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good takeaways too.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome takeaways. Great comments.
Night, guys. Happy Sunday.